Jananīṃ Śāradāṃ Devīṃ Ramakrishnaṃ Jagadgurum Pādapadme Tayo Shritvā Pranamāmi Muhurmuhu Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Nirāmayāh Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkhavāg Bhavet Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritangamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaskar to all of you. Subhodayam Subhadinam. And my namaskars to Brahman Ji and Murthy Ji and the resource persons for this very special, interesting training program. Welcome to Ramakrishna Math, Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence. Just now, Murthy had presented what is this institute is all about. How many first time? 95%, 99%? Okay. We have a lot of contact with your senior schools, teachers of most every school in this city. Mark the word human excellence and the first name Vivekananda. Both go together. So human excellence was his music. Shrestha Purushaha. Translation. Not just a good boy or a good girl. So we are looking at something very deep and very powerful in the daily life. Excellent human beings. Today we talk about, or you know about what? Recycling water, right? Recycling paper, recycling garbage, recycling scrap, recycling plastic, recycling oil. All this is going on for environmental protection, for our own good. We create problems, we try to find solutions. But in spite of the traditions and the knowledge that we had, we neglected recycling the mind. Everything external, nothing internal. Computer programming, master. But this fellow or she or he who goes into her professional life doesn't know how to control his mind. So here we do not work or think about computer excellence or business excellence or management excellence or human or engineering excellence. We talk about human excellence. 3 kinds of education is there all over the world. Now it is changing slowly because of the objective burden on the mind, for the young minds. Earlier it was all about education to be, BE, maybe 100 years ago. But later something went wrong in the flow of education and the entire concentration and work was on education to do. Do, keep working. For what? Education to have, to purchase, to become a consumer. At one time, 70s, 80s, 90s, America consumed 60% of the world products. So much money they had. So they were all consumers. They were having so many things. Now they got a beating from their own life, from their own families. Now they are turning towards yoga, towards research in Vedanta, in meditation, etc. in Harvard University also. We want to be somebody before we do something and later have something. The question, who am I, was asked thousands of years ago. Though you are pre-primary teachers, our worry is the teacher himself or herself. Your personality matters. Your value system matters. Your spiritual strength matters before it flows down to the young kid in front of you. You are not dealing with Barbie dolls. You are not dealing with electricity or bench or a chair. You are dealing with live wires.
Like dangerous wires nowadays.
That's different.
Nowadays.
They are wonderful people. We are wrong. Sarve bhavantu sukhina. What is in the tank will go down. We open water, dirty water comes out, we don't blame corporation, we blame our tank. Is it not? So first clean the tank. Teachers, students are wonderful. We are getting so much of experience here, transformation here. This is a laboratory. Human excellence is a laboratory. 20 lakhs in 20 years without advertisement. How are they coming? Why are they coming? And paid courses. In summer camp, you see 5,000 students will be here. It's a heavy load on us, but it's a joy at the end of the day.
Exactly.
When their parents and teachers and their students go crying. The transformation. So wonderful people there. So what kind of education we give, that is more important. So the teacher, he or she of any background, develop that sensitivity. Sensitivity is not that general English word of crying and complaining and quarreling and arguing. Oh, he's a very sensitive person, very sensitive girl. No. Here I am talking about deeper psychology, sensitivity in your mind, the feeling aspect. Unless you feel that education is a seva to the nation, not a job, not a paid job. Because respected teachers, 3 people have no holidays in this life. 3 people, 3 vocations. One is the judge.
Teachers.
No.
One is the doctor.
Even if they are retired,
Doctors.
again they will put back as a retired judge commission. Right? Doctor. No Sundays, no holidays for him. The third is the teacher. Remove these 3, society will crumble. Dharma, Arogya and Vidya. This is the backbone of India. If the judges corrupt, whole nation will go to dogs. If the teacher is not executing his or her seva, we put in the word seva, not work. What you do is still more deeper word. In our great traditions is yajna, sacrifice. One is the rituals that are being performed in the temples and special occasions. Yajnas are performed. But here every day, morning till evening, you are doing yajna in the school. Sacrifice. From sunrise to sunset, day after day. So that is where education to be matters, sensitivity. So once that sensitivity is lost, it becomes a heavy pressure on me, the burden on me. Oh, inta cheyala pani. Somebody asked Dr. Kalam when he was 80 plus almost. He was, yeah, we cannot imagine what was in his heart. Sir, when will you take rest? A Delhi University student asked him, when will you take rest? What all a man could dream of, he got it. He was a wonderful teacher, he was a wonderful president, missile man, Bharat Ratna, 25 countries gave him degrees. He did not study in America or America. All thing in Anna University in Madras. But what was it, speciality in him? What was that music? When somebody asked him, sir, when will you take rest? Even after retirement, he is going on teaching and teaching and teaching. And what a death it was, not in a hospital, with ventilator, with pipes. It was in a village. That was his kshetra, that was his food. He died in Shillong. Within 3 minutes, close the eyes. No medical expenses. There was only one stent in him, that's all. Physically, so because he loved his seva. And that question you see, when will you take rest? Kalamji replied, when you bury me in the graveyard, I will take permanent rest. Now I don't have time to think of rest. Forget about taking rest. I have no time. I want to teach as many people as possible. Well, he's not teaching academics. He taught values. He taught life. Because he lived that kind of life. Sri Ramakrishna, the master teacher, please read his Tales and Parables. How he taught the highest Vedanta in the most simplest parables, stories. Vivekananda was thrilled, and Sri Ramakrishna, for your kind information, was a school dropout. Beyond second standard, he did not work. He ran away from school. But today in his name, universities are there. PhDs are done. We have Ramakrishna Mission University. A man who did not go to school from the academic point of view, but he studied the whole world. His brother asked him, his brother was a great Sanskrit scholar in Kolkata. He said, my dear brother, learn something so that you can be of help to me in my school. Brother was having a school, Sanskrit grammar school. He said, why should I learn all your subjects and curriculum and all these exams? Because you can earn some money. You can help our family. Then listen carefully. The question which Sri Ramakrishna, a young boy of 16 years, asked a 30-year-old elder brother, in which all of us are coming in this tradition. Sri Ramakrishna asked, he was still called Gadadhar, my dear brother, can you teach me that one thing? Can you teach me that one thing by knowing which everything else I know in the world? I repeat the question. Go home and think. It is not just conclusion. Can you teach me that one thing by knowing which everything else I know in the world? Brother was shocked. What a question. What foolish question. See, that is the most scientific question. All science comes because of that only. Whether Newton or Edison or J.C. Bose or your Sir C.V. Raman, Vishweshwaraya, all ask that question. That one. The one behind the many. The truth of science, the truth in life. We forget that. We just go by numbers. Brother said, I don't know, I know many things, I don't know one thing. Then Sri Ramakrishna Gadadhar said, I will find out myself. I will not learn all this. There is only roti kapda makhan education. Only to carry bundles of weight of luggage in my head. I don't care. Then brother did not pressurize, he left him. He went in search of that one. And for 12 years he did that search. In small room in the Dakshineshwar temple on the bank of the Ganga. Which is a pilgrimage center for all of us. And what was that one thing? God in everything. God in everything. Ishavasyam idam sarvam. Yat kinchit jagatyam jagat. Whatever I do, I will understand that one. When I remove the one, we are all zeros. And he gave a beautiful example later on. Mathematics. You write 3 zeros on the blackboard. What is the value? 0. 500 zeros is 0. You can't buy a cup of coffee. Erase all the zeros. 1 and 2 zeros. 100. Keep the one more zero. 1,000, 10,000. It goes to billion, trillion, zillion. All because of that one. Remove the one. Zeros are zeros. Put the one. Zeros are heroes. All of us are zeros. The one is the X factor, which is the divine, which is our own self. We may call it in any name or form. Remove the one. Sri Ramakrishna found that one. And everybody rushed towards him like honeybee going towards lotus. Can you imagine that powerful student called Narendra, future Vivekananda, where his own professors in Kolkata University said, Naren's intelligence is the intelligence of all German professors put together. Young boy, but he sat at the feet of a man who did not know to read and write. And one story, small story, and we will end, we go to your training, that is primary importance today. He says there was a man in the village who woke up in the middle of the night and he has addiction and a habit of smoking. So took the cigarette and found out matchbox was empty. That time no lighters, only matchboxes. Desperate, 1 o'clock in the night to have a smoke. He thought, let me go to my neighbor's house and borrow a matchbox. 1 o'clock in the night. And in the villages, they keep a lantern, kerosene lantern, a tiny flame. Anybody can use for nature calls. He increased the flame of the lamp, held it in his hand, and went with that help in that light to the neighbor's house to buy a matchbox. Tell this story to your students. Do you think the neighbor gave him matchbox? He gave him 2 slaps. You idiot, you fool, you disturb my sleep. Can't you use that light in your hand? Oh, sorry sir, thank you sir. అప్పుడు వెలిగింది వీడికి ట్యూబ్ లైట్. Sri Ramakrishna says, you have the light and you are becoming beggar. Turn the energy inward, you will get what you want. That was our culture, that was India, that was the traditions. It's a simple story of a village, but he put it into how to turn the mind inward. You have the light, but you are begging outside. Swami Vivekananda says, our youth unfortunately have become beggar princes. He's a king, but he's begging, give me a job, give me a job. Whole world can be at your feet, my son. Have that strength. Practice it. Number 1. Like last, this one is the definition of education, which we are working towards through NEP, etc. Education is the manifestation of the perfection already in man. What you and I can do, you have to discover the potentiality. That is why this institute was started. This is off-campus university. Late evening, early mornings, daytime groups like this come and learn to discover. When we go to schools, colleges, or when we have big meetings like this, seminars and youth conventions, teachers complain whether CBSE or ICSE or whether it is state board. Oh Swami, we have no time for all this. Normal complaint. And you have time for what? Very clearly they say we have time to cover the syllabus. Put a stone and cover it. That's why NEP says, give flexibility, give that opportunity, whether engineering or medical. Discover the potentiality. So that is where our responsibility lies. Manifestation of the perfection already in man. The seed is already fertile. You have to sow the seed and pour the water every day. There are live wires in front of you, beautiful young flowers. Teachers are gardeners of life. You weed them out, remove the weeds, remove the kachada, remove the unwanted things in the subconscious mind. Little bit of psychology, care also. So this human excellence is a wonderful subject. We put it into a formula called 3H. 3H, think about it. Head to think, heart to feel, hands to work. Problem solved. Head to think, heart to feel, and hands to work. Amongst these 3, which one is the first according to you? Head or heart or hand? Which one thinks heart? Can you raise your hand? How many votes for heart? Election time? Heart party. Head party? Both parties are there. I'll tell you a small example and end. Say your tiny child, baby is sleeping, or a young boy is sleeping in the center of the bed. Father said right side, mother on the left side, and suddenly the child gets up at 11 o'clock in the night and says, Amma, Amma, please wake me up when I am hungry. Possible? Child is asking, please wake me up when I am hungry. Mother laughs like you laugh because you're all mothers. You understand the situation. You say, I cannot wake you up when you are hungry. The hunger will wake you up. You ask me something, I'm hungry, give me to eat. And what will the mother do? Hey, padgo, Pakistan. No. She will rush to the kitchen. Even at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, you rush to the kitchen. You feel for the child. And child feels, I'm hungry. Mother is there for me to feed something, at least a banana. So what is hunger? Feeling. And when you start feeling, you think. And when you think, you do. Wipe the widow's tears. Feed the orphan's mouth. That is how we do something. First feel, my children, feel. So that is why Vivekananda stands apart from all other leaders in this country. There's a party which is using Vivekananda very broadly and clearly. Others also can do, but he's not a political man. Don't brand him. As much as it belongs to the whole Africa East country, our country. So he comes out with this 3H formula. We want the man who has got the powerful brain, but too much of brain will make him rational and egoistic. We want the man who can feel, who has concern. But we don't want an incomplete thinking and feeling man. He has to do something, be practical. That's why he gave a formulas for a national education, which the government took over, and NEP includes so many factors of Swamiji's teachings. And for your kind information, there's a project in the government of India, which is based on Karma Yoga teachings of Vivekananda, which is being trained to all the central government employees, bank people, the railways, the telephones, the postal departments, the police. Everybody is getting that called Mission Karma Yogi. Go home and Google in the evening. All that material will come. Mission Karma Yogi. Pradhan Mantri told, we don't want Karmacharis in India, we want Karma Yogis in India. Karmacharis is looking at the time and the burden of work. Sanskrit shloka is there. Karas chandana bharavetta bharasya vetta natu chandanasya. The donkey knows the weight of sandalwood, it does not know the value of sandalwood. Oh, inta తీసుకువెళ్ళాలా? But the owner knows the value. Chandan, sandalwood, so costly. So we want karma yogis in the departments, karma yogis in the schools and colleges. The output and the input both should be balanced. So this training today and later on many training camps will be there definitely, because to implement NEP also you need to have the correct orientation and the correct aptitude. Otherwise it becomes messy. Again it will become cold storage. But we are looking at a big revolution in the country as far as education is concerned. So it will help you. We don't stop here. Later on many other sessions will be there periodically without disturbing your curriculum. And enjoy this atmosphere. And all the since you're all in the learning curve and in the giving curve, both has to be balanced. You are a consumer and at the same time you are a contributor. You have a course called Evolve Through Work at the personal level. Evolve through work. Evolution. What is evolution? From animal state till human state. Should we go back to animal state again?
No.
Involution? No. We rise to the divine state. Daivi Sampat. For that we need to work. We need to put our brains together and solve our problems, personal and social. So, there's a beautiful book later on we'll give you, Swamiji's Call to the Nation, about education, about India, about service, about powers of the mind, collection of thoughts. It's just like an intro. Later you can explore higher possibilities, higher thoughts. So, one small teaching, all of you repeat and put it in your mind, and you can create a drama or a small musical, this one in your classroom. The students will enjoy. Okay? Please repeat. Every soul is a young eagle, soaring higher and higher, gathering more and more strength, till it reaches the glorious sun. Strength is life, weakness is death. 1893, in Chicago Parliament, Vivekananda mentioned this to the American audience. So beautiful this message is. So since you are pre-primary teachers, leaving away inhibitions and the hesitations, do some action. Do as I do, okay? Okay? Keep away all other things, just for it will create that ambience, okay? Go back to your childhood. Right. So do as I do. Okay? Every soul is a young eagle, soaring higher and higher, gathering more and more strength, till it reaches the glorious sun. Strength is life, weakness is death. You play with your children like this with few quotations, they will treat you as a god. All right. So there are beautiful rhyming teachings like this, which can really ennoble the classroom. Because my guru used to tell, my teacher, a science teacher or an expert science history, etc., says, don't teach science. Make the student scientific by his thinking. This is one. Make him scientific. Okay? Then if the history teacher, don't teach history, create history in the classroom. Create that history. Be a little bit rhythmic, be a little dramatic. That will create so much of joy in there. It's a mathematics teacher. Don't go by just the syllabus of what to teach. How to teach itself is different. Today, a lot of experiments are going on. We have B.Ed colleges, we have so many things in Coimbatore, in Telangana, in Delhi and other places. All this is worked out. And Swamiji's teachings are music. Phrases in the style of Beethoven, like the March of Handel choruses, which will go through the veins and awaken the sleeping, what you call the divinity inside. So like that, there are so many factors. This room is called Vivekananda Art Gallery. All his teachings on India in painting form. Okay? Reading is one thing, but seeing, some people like to see. Suppose, some of you can see near the speaker, there's a small painting, a lion and behind that a man.
Yes.
Right? You know the message there? This is Vivekananda sentence put into painting. Nirgachanti jagadjala pinjaradiva kesari. Kesari means lion. Will the lion be happy if it is put into a cage?
No.
It will make its own effort to break it. Pinjaradiva kesari, as it breaks, similarly the man should cut off the nets of this world and go into freedom. Nirgachanti jagat jala. This jagat is a jala, net. It puts all sorts of advertisements on you. Say you are nobody, buy my product. That is why advertisement department is so powerful. Right? They spend crores for advertisement because a few hundreds can come and their job is satisfied. So you are made into a murgi. Buy me, you are nobody, buy me. Raymond make a full man. Otherwise what? If he doesn't wear Raymond, what? Full man, I have to wear a Raymond shirt. Huh? All this will make you a murgi for the producer. But Swamiji says the Jagat Jala, tear it into pieces like a lion which breaks off the cage in which it is put. So education should be the manifestation of the perfection already in that. And the rest is happiness, joy. We move towards Amritattva. So you'll get a lot of inputs and many things you may learn some new things, but you may know many things. There's nothing wrong in relearning. Learning, relearning, unlearning. It is universal. Of any skill, music or cooking or swimming or driving or teaching. Learning, relearning and unlearning. That should go on a constant pace. As I said, recycling the mind. So wish you all the best. Have a joyful learning, relearning, and later on, if possible, we will meet towards the end. Thank you.